This is a part of the elaborate Atlantic Wall. Hitler said, build me the Atlantic Wall, and they started to build tens of thousands of structures from the bottom of France to the top of Scandinavia. And this location here is just absolutely spectacular. We're going to share some of the features that are here, and we're even going to share one of these which hasn't even been fully built, and that I think is pretty interesting. It is history under here, and it is Eagle Eyes, my son. Hello. And we are out on this epic road trip made possible by all of you. So thank you for your very kind support that kicks us out here to do more and show more and share more. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a patron, team member, or a PayPal donator, or helping us out by the super thanks. Let's go out and find the path together right now. That is an exciting little detail. If you haven't already, I just urge you to go in the video, where under the video it's where it says more. I'm going to show you exactly where.
Show more.
So you can click that. Under there you can find links to part 1, 2 and 3 of this location, because you will be stunned to see the incredible details that are here. But please watch them in full and then come back to this episode, because I promise you, you will get so much more context and you will enjoy it so much better. And in that way, you can also help us out to reach more people, because the YouTube algorithm these days are not favorable for people who do historical things like us. More important to distribute videos of a sleeping cat in a high-rise building in China, or maybe some copycat idiot stealing material from others. So that is too bad, but that's how life is. So that's the way you can help us out. Right here we have a Regelbau 628. It's a pretty cool thing, and we're gonna see if we have the possibility to actually go inside or through it. You can see here how heavy duty these are built. These are crew shelter or crew bunkers, and you can see that they are very narrow in the opening and very heavy duty built. It's a ST type. Very often it's said ST on top there. I think it actually says it there, ST. Yeah. And if you see very closely, you can actually see the camouflage paint in the entrance as well.
Eagle Eyes will get through.
You will get through the opening. Yeah, let's see what's in here. If it's possible to go inside, might be able to go inside easier from the other side. Yes, I guessed it.
I will go in this way.
Oh my goodness, do we have to climb this thing?
Yes, I will force you.
No, it's not open. So you're forcing me to climb it?
Yes.
What if I refuse?
Then I will kick you.
That's determination, let's go. All right, I mean, if the fat old guy could get in, well, then I guess Eli has no problem getting in, and he doesn't. So you can see here, cables everywhere in the floor. And of course we could have come in here, but we like to do it the hard way. And then boom, what is that? Well, this is a room for about 10 men. And you see the ventilation shaft is kind of falling down here. And
Get in.
yeah, I will get in. No more details here, but if you watch, I think it is part 2, you will see something absolutely spectacular. I think that's a ventilation valve, just to open a valve so it will flow air down. This is where they had a bunker oven, I think, will be put right there. But also, the bunks will be here. And as I said, watch part 2, and you'll be able to see all of these bunks original in this bunker, and that is very special. And also in some of these there are German writing up there on the wall. This one doesn't have any of that. You can just go out if you want to. This one, no, I'm going to check that. So on the wall here there were different kind of fixtures and radio equipment, all kinds of gear. Right there used to be a hand-driven pump, and that looks something like this. And believe it or not, me and Eagle Eyes, we actually found a massive bunker in the mountain where they work. And there were several of them, so that is absolutely fascinating. You can see here, this is some place where they probably had a cabinet or something. You can see the outline is still there. There's a bird's nest right there. And this is a one-way valve. Sometimes they work See that? It's a pressure valve. So this would kind of make sure that if the pressure valve wave coming in from the outside because of bomb blast, that would shut and it wouldn't pressurize the bunker, and in that way almost kill the soldiers instantly. Pressure waves can kill just as easy as shrapnel and you know, explosions outside. So you saw the M270 gun bunker where there was a gun. This one was never finished, but the local army here finished it after the war. But there's a cool little picture here you can see of one of the guns in that unfinished M270, and that is pretty spectacular. So they never finished it, but why did they start it and why didn't they finish it? Because it wasn't even finished half a year before the war ended, so that is quite a mystery. Wow, that is spectacular. The original barbed wire fence poles are still here in the ground. That is spectacular. I didn't expect to see that at all. Look at that. It's just right there.
Where's the hell?
Be careful, be careful. There's so much barbed wire, as you see there. The whole barbed wire fence is right there.
Where is the top
The
rock?
WW2, as you said, according to the reconnaissance map, should be somewhere here. So Eagle Eyes also said, Daddy, barbed wire. And he's right. There's actually the German barbed wire right there. And you know, let me show you this little segment here. Did you know that you can become a World War II History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful World War II dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very, very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a Patreon team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. So we are most likely gonna make sure that some of you will have a very special little piece of history. So that is cool. Let us see if this WW2 is actually here, because this is mayhem. This is ridiculous. I need a stick to actually get around here. Crazy stuff. And you have to watch your eyes because it's everywhere. Wow. That is an amazing little structure. Wow. And all the rest of the installments are up there. And the reason for this to be here is like a outer perimeter defensive system by itself. And these are so powerful. One guy there with the MG42, for example, can launch out more than 1,000 rounds per minute. Out here, holy cow. I wonder what more could be down in the hillsides here. I can see something there. What is that? Something is going on down there. Haven't got a clue what that is all about. But what a spectacular place. There were no trees during that time. Everything was skipped off and there were camouflage canvas over all of this. So this is the image you would have seen there. I'm actually very glad I bulldozed myself through that. And how the heck am I going to get out of here? I'm going to see if I can find a shortcut to get out from here, because this is insane. But very glad I can share that little thing there with you. I need to take a little breather. He's like a torpedo. Oh my goodness. I want to say a thank you, a massive thank you to all of you. Being a single dad, being able to do this and share this passion that we have together with all of you, it's an absolute privilege and honor. And I just have to say a massive thank you. All we can kind of offer you is that you join us and see what we do and share the views and, you know, see the bunkers and hear the stories. It is an absolute honor to do it. Sometimes it is really hard, I have to admit it. I'm not like a young stud like 25 anymore, but I can keep up with him as long as he's not going nuts and seeing too many guns. like it's doing now. But nevertheless, what a absolute honor to do it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me have the possibility to do this as a single dad without your support. Well, guess what? I would never been able to share this with you or History Hunter, Bunker Buster Girl or Eagle Eye. So thank you for being here. These are vehicle obstacles, Tanksperr, and they were very often on the beaches, but they were also on these kind of fortresses in the entrance and exit areas to prevent any kind of intervention with vehicles coming into the position. And they're very difficult to kind of traverse or go over because of their, the design and construction. And they were fortified with barbed wire around and tripwires and mines and all of that. And you've probably seen thousands of these down at the Normandy beaches on all the videos or films from the Second World War and things like that. So they have some of them here, and I think they're pretty cool. And once upon a time in the future, I'm going to build me one of these. Actually, I'm going to do it exactly like this and make a copy, because I had the opportunity to receive 2 of these for free as a gift, but I said it's more important that they stay where they are, because I did a very special favor for an older guy, and he actually had 7 of them. He wanted to give me 2, but I said no, keep them, and it would probably also cost me like $2,000 to transport them, so that's another option. So let's enter this L409A crew bunker for the flat cruise. You can see they have this shutter, which is typical, and you have, this is actually very weird, they have this exit entrance here, exit entrance there. So is it to get the men as quickly as possible out to be able to operate the gun as soon as possible? I don't know. Holy cow, there was a lot of gear on that wall. Are you kidding me? That's a ton of gear. Each and every point there is an installment of some kind of gear, like communication equipment, phones, radios. I don't know what all is, but a ton. Look at all those cables in the wall. I'm not sure whether I think this was used for something else after the war, because it's not supposed to be looking like this. I think there's some post-war activity going on here, because this is basically a flat crew bunker, and munition storage also, I think, in this room here. Green, yeah, I think it's been refurbished and used after the war for some kind of purpose, because it's the newer type of electrical system. So, but basically, munition storage maybe in this room, another shutter, and then the crew members would stay here with their bunks. As I said, you can see that in part 1 and 2, you can see the real bunks hanging in the bunkers, and that is so cool. Ventilation shafts up there, still hanging. These are the original ones. Wow, it's spectacular, absolutely spectacular. What a honor and pleasure it is to be able to visit these places and share it with all of you. All right, last leg. This is a place, at least that Eagle Eyes loves, and I love them as well. This is a place where they had the anti-aircraft gun position. It's called Flak, Flugzeugabwehrkanon. And guess what? There's a real one up there, so let's go and see it. So, are you ready to see something cool? 3.7 centimeter flak used to be here. And ta-da! Is that cool or what? There is a gun here. And let me take you out like that. Is that spectacular or what? A real gun, anti-aircraft gun, pointing out there. Wow, this was normally a gun that was on a vessel. And underneath here is a bunker called L49A. This was a 3.7 centimeter gun, and it could elevate from -10 to +80 degrees. It had it could go 360 degrees around 2,000 meters effective range a maximum range about 6,600 meters, all the way out there into the ocean. But also, of course, it was meant to take out any allies or allied aircrafts coming in. They were very efficient, and the crews here actually got a prize for their accuracy from a, was it an admiral or something visiting here? Because they had done some practicing shooting, and they had some massive positive good results, and he actually awarded them with a plaque or something, I read. So pretty cool. But let's take a little bit more look at the gun here. So imagine our imaginary crew members, Reinhard, Wilhelm, Friedrich, Karl. They came here. They were kind of told to go here. They were told to do their duty for their fatherland, and they were trained and they rehearsed. And then when the real thing started to become alive, they were ready. They were ready as any soldier would be. Doesn't matter if you're German, if you're French or English or Soviet. A soldier is a soldier, but in fact they're humans. They are humans who were directed to do something they might not wanted to do, but they had to do it. And these guys here, they had to be the crew of that gun. And who knows what they shared? Who knows what kind of stories they told when they came back? Or who knows, did they hit this or that at this position? I don't know. But that's what makes it so fascinating, to be at these positions, to be able to actually see these things and to experience them and to be able to pass them on to others. And that's what we enjoy doing. Actually just let other people know what history is out there, and history is so, so important. History is indeed so important to share, and if you want to help us out to reach more locations and share more history, we have this little super thanks feature here. That is your opportunity to help us out, to go out and find and share even more history. This place, it's been a 4-part mini-series. I just loved it. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it, because this place is totally unique. It's on the Atlantic Wall, and it has so much to offer, and we were just blown away, and we found more, and we're going to share that later with you. I'm going to continue with some work here. We have a little something special that we recently just kind of finished. We have an explorer to a RAF crash site, also working on a German WW2 airfield, and this is a very special piece of history that belongs to Bunker Buster Girl, and we'll share that with some of our patrons later, because this is a very unique item, and how it ended up with us, well, you'll see that later. Nevertheless, thank you all for being in there for us. Thank you for all of you watching, subscribing, commenting, and you give us a thumbs up, a heart. It's so, so appreciated, and it inspires us to go out. It's not just we that could inspire you, but also you inspire us to go out and find and share more history, and that is what the whole purpose of this thing is. Thank you, stay safe, keep smiling, and we will definitely see you out there in the next one.